Hey guys, how's it going? Sheep Comic Collector, my name's Rob, and this is episode 314. And today, got a package in the mail. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's Wednesday, so, unless unforeseen circumstances happen, there's probably a live show tonight with Aaron and Easy. So I'm filming this episode ahead of time, so I'm just assuming we're still doing it. But look for that around, let's see, 7:20 my time, 7:20 Eastern, 4:20 Pacific time. And but yeah, we all we get on there and we live stream and we show books. So it's kind of like this, but there's more of us. You don't have to put up with me for so long. And so I got these in from Comics Den. This isn't the box that they sent them in. This was a inner box packed inside of a flat rate box. And then the books that were in this box, they were kind of wrapped up in padding. And then this box was put into the other box, and that also was surrounded by padding. So and plus every box is in a new bag, or every comic is in a new bag and board. And so yeah, if you ever I got these from Comics Den. They were doing a show on Whatnot. It was all Lois Lane's dollar starts, and with shipping, Whatnot shipping is crazy on individual books. Most places, it just varies from book to book to book, and it's kind of crazy. Not their fault, but I ended up paying almost $3 an issue for these. So these won't be going into a claim sale. I'll be keeping these, except for one, because I got two of one issue. And the plan was to, for me to just stay through the whole show, but I was having internet problems. I kept getting, it kept lagging on me, and I couldn't stay current with this sale, so I just gave up after a bit. But I did get this nice little stack of Lois Lanes, and so I'm going to show those to you. We're going to flip this over. But anyway, yeah, the point of the my point was, I guess I did make the point of Comics Den. If you order stuff from them, you're going to get it through the mail. If by any act of God that thing gets damaged, it's not their fault. Man, I have never gotten comics that were packed this well. So anyway, let's hop and get started here. These are pretty cool. They're low grade copies. They have moisture damage and stuff on them. But this one was actually free. Anybody who ordered any, they actually sent a free issue too of one of the more beat up ones that they didn't have in the sale. And I mean, I would have paid $1 for this. This isn't that bad. It's number 71. It's got, the wear that's here on the corners and stuff. But other than that, this is pretty decent. So we're going to take our time going through these because that's all I'm showing today. And I have the show tonight with Aaron and Easy, so you want to check that out. But anyway, we've got Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. You've got the checkerboard top. And Superman has tricked Lois Lane into thinking he's a blackmailer, but she doesn't know that it's Superman. Something about she has to keep some terrible secret. The mystery blackmailer knew the grim secret of Lois' past, so he whispered, "Hush money, sweet Lois, or else." And it starts out, so this one's from 1967. Starts out, bad luck for a black super cat. What's going on, man? All my life I've dreamed of having Superman eating out of my hand, but when it finally happens, it's only because he's been transformed into a super cat by Catwoman's using the magic of Circe's wand. All right, so we got 2 Catwoman. Okay, one of these is Catwoman. The other one is Lois Lane dressed up as Catwoman. Art's by Kurt Schaffenberger. You can see his signature there in the first panel. And apparently Catwoman transforms Superman into a cat. And there's Batman and Robin making an appearance. Got an ad for Captain Action with a bunch of different outfits. I think we've seen that before with Captain America, Batman, Phantom, Superman, Sergeant Fury, Lone Ranger, Steve Canyon, Flash Gordon, and Aquaman. That must have been a crazy license to put together. Oh, and apparently Superman really has been turned into a cat because he's typing messages to her on the typewriter as a cat. All right, got a house ad for Wonder Woman and Superboy. Old Direct Currents half page. Cap's hobby hints. How to make a simple turntable. Captain Billy and the Kid. Looks like a ad for models. Ad for Superman 80-page giant. And here's the Hush Money story. Also by Kurt Schaffenberger. I wonder what the terrible secret is. House ad for Showcase featuring Buona Beast. Tyco train ad for Christmas. Another house ad, Dial H for Hero and House of Mystery. And public service announcements, Champ Against Odds. And letters to Lois and Lana. And a house ad for an issue of Superman. That's different. I don't know if that's a page from the story or if that's just part of the advertisement. And some ads with some pretty cool art. And a model racing set ad for Christmas on the back. You're supposed to cut out this great big coupon, so you'd basically just be ripping the whole page out. And of course you saw the big water stain that's on here. That's why I guess they didn't try to sell it. But it's good enough for me. And it was free, although that is included in the almost $3 that I paid per issue with the shipping. The shipping was just outrageous. And they were, I got them in a day. I just bought these yesterday because they live, like an hour's drive away. I could have just, if the problem is with Whatnot is they control like the shipping costs and stuff, I think more so than the individuals, because they have to see that it was sent and so on and so forth. So it's not like I can say, well, just don't charge me shipping and keep them until I come to the claim sale, because it's already in the Whatnot system. They can't really do that. So anyway, here's number 78. Featuring Superman as the immovable man and Lois as the irresistible woman. And this one's got some water staining on it as well through the whole book. I don't understand why the comics I had that went through the fire, turned all moldy and stuff on me, even though I tried to like dry them out and everything. I mean, I had them hanging on clotheslines outside and stuff. But over the years they all turned to mold. But then there's issues. I see issues like this all the time with water damage, and they don't have any mold. Although this looks like it could just be a coffee stain or something, but I don't know. Get over it, Rob. It was years ago. Courtship Kryptonian style. This one's from 1967. Also. Oh, Saturday morning ad. You got Moby Dick and the Mighty Mightor, Shazam, the Superman Aquaman Hour, the Herculoids, and Johnny Quest. Also in the lineup was Space Ghost, the Lone Ranger, the Roadrunner, Frankenstein Jr., and the Impossibles. And it all started with Captain Kangaroo at 8 o'clock. I remember watching Captain Kangaroo. They had that moose puppet, and the ping pong balls would come down on his head all the time. That was fun. I think that was my favorite of the kids' show. I used to watch Captain Kangaroo. I watched Mr. Rogers, although I thought Mr. Rogers was pretty boring, except for when they went to the puppet land on the trolley and stuff. So yeah, I definitely remember the puppets, I guess, from those shows. And I did watch Sesame Street once in a while, but I don't think, for whatever reason, Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Rogers was what I was watching mostly. Superman's Forbidden Room, a Hall of Fame classic. So this is actually a reprint in the back. Blackhawk ad. Cap's Hobby Hints. Using candle wax to cover up cracks in the models. That's a good idea. Yeah, the only thing that Comic Stand did with these books that I didn't like was they wrote cheap on the back of all the bags. They put them all in brand new bags and boards, and then they wrote on the bags. So I wasn't real happy with that, but that's a minor annoyance. And here we have number 83. Check out this awesome Neil Adams cover. Lois Lane on a motorcycle. What have I done? I've forced Lois to ride with a cycle gang, and I've made Clark Kent quit his chicken pose. Featuring Lois Lane as the witch on wheels. So, all right. Awesome house ad for Anthro, Creeper, and Inferior 5. And don't think this is Neil Adams' art on the story, but I don't know who it is either. You get a free radar lighthouse from buying boat models from Ideal. That's kind of cool. $80-page giant of Superboy and the Legion. That's an awesome issue. I'd like to get that. Letters to Lois and Lana. They got a column head in that one. And part 2, the Super Cyclist. Nice art in here. I don't know who did it. Defend yourself with Ketsugo. Not karate, not judo. Ketsugo gives you all the combined arts of self-defense found in judo, waza, aikido, yawara, savate, and jujitsu. Okay. Oh, and there's a roller coaster in this story. This is going to be a good story. We're riding the motorcycles on a roller coaster track. House ad for a romance story, one of the romance line series. That makes sense to put that in Lois Lane, I guess. Showing the monogram kit for the Red Baron car. That's cool. Palisades Park amusement coupons. Those always made my imagination work overtime, wondering what the Batman rides and stuff were like. And then full page direct currents from way back then. I'd like to collect all of these and print them out in a binder or something, all the direct currents through the years. That would be cool to just look through and read. And some kind of Aurora kit on the back cover showing the UFO from the Invaders show. And some Dick Tracy kits. Huh, never heard of the Dick Tracy kits before. So, pretty cool. Really like that cover too. And then number 108. We got here. Rose and the Thorn in Mourn for the Thorn. Ad for the life-size moon monster. Another half-page direct currents with no ads. 2-page letter column. That's cool. You don't even get that nowadays. Rose and the Thorn story, which actually have Superman. Has Superman in it there for one hot second. Oh, there he is again. Uh, 1971 Superman pinup calendar. Looks like they just took a bunch of clip art and stuck it on there from various series. And number 116. So this is a 48-page issue. This is the one I got 2 of. So this one's got this big stain. It runs all the way across here and through the entire book, basically. And then this one's got this chunk out of the cover in the front. So I guess when we do one for the claim sale, I don't really care which one I keep. So when we do the one for the claim sale, you guys can choose which one you want, whoever, if anybody claims it. Hall of 1,000 Mirrors. So that's cool. I enjoy anything that has to do with amusement parks or anything like that. So if they're in a Hall of Mirrors, that's right up my alley. I like that. Looks like they're in an amusement park. Happy Land. Happy Land, a familiar name. It is if you read Forever People 4 and 5. Okay. So a location crossover. Oh, look what happened to his eyeball, man. Freaky. Oh, Dark Side and Decide are in there. I guess that makes sense if it ties into Forever People. Dr. Pat. This story originally appeared in Sensation Comics number 94, 1949. By Carmine Infantino and Frank Giacoya. Huh. Here's how you can get free comics. Subscribe to Cheap Comic Collector. That's how you get free comics. That's a long story. And then another Rose and the Thorn backup. This one's got Poison Ivy in it. Two-page letter column. And some more model kit ads. So this one's, yeah, it's the corn. You know, it's got a little rip here. It's got some rips on here. It's got another chunk up here on the back. And then, like I said, this one's just got the big stain that goes all the way through it. It's both of them, you know, pretty extensive damage, really. Next up is number 118. Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. And this one is from 1973. And it's another, this one's 52 pages. And I did do a page count on all of these. They are all complete. Are they given credits yet? Yep. Story of Robert Kanigher. Pencils by Werner Roth. Inks by Vince Coletta. And another Dr. Pat story. This one from Sensation Comics 95. From 1950. I've never heard of Dr. Pat. So apparently it was an ongoing series in Sensation Comics. Another one of those lost, truly lost DC characters, since you'd never hear about her. Here's one of those original Jonah Hex ads before it looks like they decided what he was going to look like. Let's see if I can bring that up so you can see his face better. See how it's just completely all meshed up instead of it just being like his mouth scar. So I think these ads were done before they knew exactly what he was going to end up looking like. And you got a Rose and Thorn by, again, Robert Kanigher. Rich Buckler on the art with Dick Giordano. So early, probably pretty early Rich Buckler art. And Black Canary shows up at the end. I never realized, I never paid much attention to Rose and the Thorn. It was never that popular of a character. I don't really know that much about it, but it looks like they used a lot of guest stars and named villains and stuff in the series for it just being a little backup. All right, now we got Lois Lane, number 124. This one's still got, this one's got a kind of a nasty corner, just like the one they did for free, plus the stainage. So I guess they thought this one was good enough to sell because it's got the cool cover on it, maybe. This one is number 124 from 1972. The 100 strikes again. So the 100, if I remember right, was some kind of a gang mafia type gang. I don't remember if it had something to do with Dark Side or not. I think eventually it became like the 1000 or something like that. But basically organized crime. Rose and Thorn back up. Roger's Super Skittle Bowl. We had a Skittle Bowl when I was a kid, but it wasn't like that. It was like a tabletop version. Huh. All DC magazines now only 20 cents. Oh. About the only cool thing about that was the cover, actually. I guess a lot of people feel that way about the Lois Lane issues. I don't know. I think they're cool. And here she is in outer space. This is the last one, number 123. I don't know if it's the last issue. It's the last in my stack. Looks like you got a Catwoman story. Carrie Bates, John Rosenberger, and Vince Coletta. The 10 Deadly Divisions of the 100. All right, the Amazons, the Dynamiters, the Hunters, the Mindbenders, the Space Raiders, the Stealers, the Agents, the Seawolves, the Mobsters, and the Athletes. Following is information of the structure of the 100. It is composed of 10 divisions, self-perpetuating. If one man is lost, a new man replaces him. So apparently they were ongoing organization of bad guys. And there she is in outer space. So this is cool just because I picture this happening in super slow motion because they're in outer space, right? She's punching the guy in the face, but it'd be like watching the Bionic Man in slow motion, you know? And we got a Rose and Thorn story, the richest girl in the world. And Lois Lane presents The 9 Lives has the Catwoman. So this is basically a Batman and Robin story with Catwoman in it, I guess. But they put a new, logo on it to put Lois Lane presents in it. They may have even added this whole page. Who knows? Oh no, it says art by Bob Kane. So they took out the Batman logo and put in the Lois Lane logo, I guess. And you got Catwoman up here in a little TV screen. That's kind of cool. So there you go. Episode spotlighting some Lois Lane books. And they look like they're fun. I wish I'd gotten them a little cheaper, but I'm happy to support Comics Den since that's where we get all the majority of our super cheap books from. And I feel kind of bad because I'm not going to be able to go to their next claim sale. So, so we'll keep these. We'll put these aside so that somebody can claim one of these in the next claim sale. But then the rest of these are going into the collection since I paid so much for them. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.